I interact with all the people that I live with in the program. We all see each other as family. We're all helping each other out. We bless each other with stuff when it comes down to whatever you need, when it comes down to clothing, to cigarette, to anything, to food. We're all like just one big family. My name's Jaime Lopez. I grew up in the streets of East Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, and I grew up in my aunt and uncle's house since the age of 7. My aunt and uncle, well, basically all my family, they're good family. We come from, you know, good, decent values, respectful family. It's just that, you know, me getting caught up in the streets and whatnot, I became the bad seed of the family and the ugly duckling, you know what I mean? And you guys want to know about me, whatnot. I grew up in my aunt and uncle's house ever since my dad passed away. My mom moved out of town. I had so much anger in me because I didn't have my mom and dad. It was rough growing up, especially right there where I grew up at, because there's like a lot of gangs and whatnot. I caught on to that life pretty quick. I started hanging out, you know, with my friends in the corner and whatnot, like about the age of 12, 13. But I just liked the thrill of it, of hanging out in the streets, and being in the cool crowd, supposedly, you know what I mean? But it's not even like that. In reality, as you grow up, you come to realize that it's all bad just doing that, you know? As we got older, you know what I mean? We weren't gang banging, but yet at the same time, we know how the streets are, so, you know, we started, you know, hanging out in our block or whatnot, and smoking weed and having guns and stuff like that, supposedly us for protection. I don't even know of what, because like how I told you, I never gangbanged, but just the mentality that I had in the streets I grew up in, that's just the way it is around there. It was hard for me because as I started messing up more in life, my aunt and uncle, they started like pushing me away a bit more. My downfall to me was I started using crystal meth. As I kept using more of that, I lost everything, man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get a word of advice, like, I lost everything. Like, I had my job, I had a car, I had my good girl, you know what I mean? And just one thing I gotta tell you guys, drugs, like, it leads you nowhere, like, to be honest with you know what I mean? I barely stopped using, but it takes everything away from you. I went to prison for a 211 robbery because I was out in the street trying to support my habit and not caring about life or not caring about what I did, because I felt hopeless. I didn't have my girl no more. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job, you know? So I was just out doing what I had to do to support my habit. It's hard, you know? It was hard leaving that drug. The only reason I left that drug was because I went to prison. You don't want to go to prison. If you've never been to prison, you don't want to go to prison. You know, there's some things that you know, I can't go into details of like what it's really like in there or whatnot. You know what I mean? But this I could tell you that it's no good for anybody. That's not life. Life is out here in the streets. You know what I mean? Living actual life, like working, accomplishing something to do better in life and whatnot, because in there, it's a whole different world, let me tell you. I have a little nephew that looks up to me. He's 8 years old right now, going on 9 years old. And he looks up to me a lot because he looks for me a lot. It hurt me when I recently got locked up and I made a collect call to tell him hi. He's 8 years old, man, and he knew that I was in jail just for the simple fact that it was a collect call. And it hurt me deep down inside that when I told him, hey, what are you doing, papis? You know what I mean? I heard the expression I heard like how he was telling me, like the first words that came out of his mouth was, you're in jail, huh? I wasn't gonna lie to him. I told him, yeah, and he's like, how come you're in jail? And I was like, you know, he looks up to me, so I'm gonna be straight out with him. I told him, because I was being a bad boy. It's time for a change, man. It's not like before. So I said, let's give it a shot. So I came to this program, and man, to be honest with you, I've been in this program. In 3 days, it'll be exactly a month that I've been in this program. And to be honest with you, I've caught myself and like, I've seen stuff that I'm doing different. I feel and I've seen, and other people that are in this program, they see the difference of me since the day I got here to today, and it's only been a month. And I've got nothing but positive feedback from everybody, from the people I live with, to the staff members, to myself, to my family. I'm working on this program, and I finally realized I grew up. I'm not that little kid no more, and I want that out of life, you know? That's my dream. My dream is to just have simple things, man. Right. Have a job, you know, have a wife, have kids, and have nice stuff. I'm not trying to be super rich or anything. I just want to live that mid-class normal life. That's all I want out of life.